Yeah, hello. Yeah, we have a laptop here. Yeah, this one was a bit heavy and a bit bulky. And so this one is check the power supply. What do we call that? What do we call that? Is there any need to keep doing it? So let's get the motherboard out first. Yeah, so the motherboard is here. And if you can remember, we were experiencing some short circuit. Yeah, so I want us to check where the heat is coming from first. This is the most flat Cartesian plane we have on this motherboard, so I'll try to this side here. So one spot is here, and the other spot is where? So you have another spot here. Yeah, another spot is here. So what is here? This MOSFET? Okay, but this is the most hot spot here. This one here. This one is not very hot, eh? Yeah, so let's go under the microscope. Let's try to check for those two spots. Yeah, so we check this side here. This one here. Yeah. So let's see how this one is responding. When so those two MOSFETs, one MOSFET is there. Both are getting hot, eh? Let's check the other two MOSFET on the other side. I think this is the MOSFET here. So let's try to pour. Okay, which MOSFET was getting hot? All this. Oh, it's a cap. The MOSFET is still having see, but this cap is getting, it's not actually very hot. Don't even understand, but let me come with a multimeter. So ground 0 0 0 0 on the MOSFET, 0 0 on the other side. So on the MOSFET, I think the value is not dropping very quickly, but on these two caps, anyway, I would still suspect these two caps before I suspect any MOSFET. So let's start with them. Before I suspect any MOSFET, I would like to suspect the caps. Yeah, you understand, in some situations, every time you're faced with a problem, there's always the first thing that you always look at before you even do anything else. So let me try to pull my camera a bit so that you can. Yeah, so if I still come with some flux, let's try to put some flux on the MOSFET and some of these two capacitors. Let's see what is going to happen. Okay, check one of the is on the MOSFET and the other one is on the two capacitors. Wow. But the capacitors are shorted. But these two caps are shorted, by the way. Wow, I think there's no short on that cap actually. Then I think I should have checked these two MOSFETs here. Let me grab most of my flux and bring it here. I bring it here. And add some more. Let me insert a charger now. Wow, you can see how they are boiling there. Like this MOSFET here. This MOSFET is here is boiling like. So let's get that MOSFET. So if I come with a multimeter and try to check for short, short on this side. Wow, this one is not shorted. It is not shorted. What about this one? Not shorted. On the other side? Not shorted. Okay. Do you mean at least I found some short on this area here? Wow. At least I found some short here. Let me check short here. This one I found some short. And also on this MOSFET. So let me try these caps first. Let me move these caps aside. But these caps looks very nice to me. They don't seem to have any problem. It was a bit tough taking a lot of heat and still not doing nothing. Yeah, we move them aside. Okay, after moving them aside, I still come with a multimeter. Wow, shorted. Wow, check this guy. This guy is not shorted. But look at his friend. So now we know who is bringing all this problem, But this was very unexpected because I didn't think these caps had any problem at all. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so let me take back the guy who doesn't seem to have any shot. Okay. You can take out this one. try to cool down a bit. Okay. So let's come again with some multimeter. With a multimeter. And let me check this one. Wow, do you believe that was a check now? Everything looks normal. Eh? How comes? And these caps are not looking actually very bad for me. So let me put in the charger. Let me see. Wow, there's no short right now. Let me come out of the microscope mode. Yeah, so we are out of the microscope mode. And so we want to test and see. If this thing is happening. Yeah, so the fan is supposed to be on the outer side of the motherboard, but anyway, it's this just for testing purposes. So motherboard short circuit repairs, actually they shouldn't be so much of a big deal, except that there's a bit confusion. You can a bit confuse this the gadgets or the components that are causing the short circuit. In most motherboards, actually, if the short is a cap, actually that's a very easy job. Actually, that should be a very easy job, by the way. If the other components like the chips and whatever, that's when it can start becoming an advanced job. But you can take the multimeter, the gadget that you can use to detect a short circuit with is a power supply, a multimeter, or sometimes using a thermal camera. That's a bit expensive. You have to invest so much. So starting with the easiest and the cheapest is the multimeter. That one you can get a multimeter at a very cheap price. Power supply, they are not very cheap, but still you can use a power supply. The thermal camera is very expensive actually. And other things you can do is to use your hands to feel where the heat is coming from. And those are all methods you can use to detect the short circuit on a laptop motherboard. Actually, we have the easy method in that my explanation, and we have the difficult methods, or rather the methods you could adopt to that are a bit expensive to detect the short circuit. Now you have to know the most susceptible components to bring a short circuit on a laptop motherboard. We have the MOSFETs, we have the caps, we have also the chip that are dealing with the 19 volts. Most probably the 19 volts is most shorted in most laptops I've come across. So yeah, it's not that you don't find shorts on other parts like the 5 volts areas and the 3 volts area, but the 19 volts is the culprit in when it comes to dead short on a laptop motherboards. Yeah, I think that is something that can help you to. So let's try to see this one. Actually, I had dropped the voltage up to 6 and I need to go back to 19. Now I'm quite sure, not 23, I think 19 is okay. Now I'm sure that the motherboard is not shorted anymore. Let me start there. So we have the 17. Wow, another short. I have another short circuit. I had just solved that short. Wow. You mean also the friend was shorted? Let's go back to the microscope mode because I think now I can tell. I'm just sorted that mic. So let's go. Yeah, see, we are just from fixing this area. Let me come bring the voltage a bit down. We are just from fixing this area and I don't know. So let me see. Wow. So the other cap is also not okay. The cap is not also okay, because I also worked on the other cap and I saw that the cap was shorted. Now this one is dead hot. It's dead hot. You know what? I need to bring other caps here to do the filtrage of the voltage filtering. I think 3 of them will do. Yeah, I need to replace them to see whether this one are going to get shorted, because so let me see this one. That one is not shorted. Not shorted. Not shorted. Okay. Not shorted. Not shorted. What about this one? Is shorted, you can see. And it's still not giving us a 00, it's giving us a 0.16. Okay, let me come with some hot air. Yeah, like that, 3 of them. Yeah, let me come with the multimeter again. So let me see whether they are shorted now. Yeah, value. There's a value. There's a value of 415. A value of 422, 25, 26, 415. This one. Okay, 433 and a value of 437. So have you realized as the component on a laptop lose heat, the resistance goes high? Have you ever known that? So propyl alcohol on the motherboard. Let's now measure the value. Yeah, 454 now. 454. 455. Most probably this area is now cool. See, when I touch with my finger, the area is cool now. So let's get out of the microscope mode, or before we even do that, let me insert a charger and see. So you see on my power supply, the 7 is a 7 that is consistent, is not dropping to any voltage. So that means the short is gone. Let's come out of the microscope mode. Yeah, now we are going to raise the voltage now. Going to raise the voltage to 19. Now let's it go to 19. Now let's see if we have another short. Now that's a big problem. Yeah, so the 19 is now stable. But how do we switch on? How do we switch on our laptop? Which is our power button? Where can we short? Okay, the other thing is just to do away with this battery here, the CMOS, so that we can have an automatic. Let's see whether we are going to hear good. Automatic. You see the fan attempted to do a spin, but somehow, wow, is everything fine? Yeah, so the second attempt. Yeah, fan is spinning. So that is not enough, so let's come with the screen itself, and let's see if the screen is going to do anything. So this is the fan area. Try to position the motherboard like that. So the screen is in its place, and now I come with the charger. Let's see what is going to happen, whether we are going to have a display. Yeah, display is here. Okay, is a mere, oh yeah, I was wondering what happened to the displays. Just got stuck at one place, and seems the chips were getting ready to receive the new voltage because the voltage has been cut out before, and now the machine is working just fine. So the second attempt to restart, yeah, that's normal for these machines. So let's see. Yeah, the HP that we never found is now came back. Yeah, so that is it. We are going to assemble back this machine and call the client. Yeah, so that is the motherboard short circuit repair, and how the method you can use, and the easiest one, and the most expensive one, and the most difficult one. So thank you. That's all for today. Bye.